Hi, welcome to my channel. For the first time, or again, if you already came. This is, I believe, my fourth video. Well, I'm Dark, or Dark SOS. I go by many names. Sometimes I go by Shimmer, so sometimes I go by Dark. Sometimes I even go by Chaos, but they all kind of intertwine at some point. Anyway, I began doing a speed paint today. Well, yesterday, but I actually painted it today. I took a reference picture of myself, so I could do it. It was at a weird angle, so I don't know how to take pictures. So it was a weird angle, and I tried my best to replicate it. Originally, I was gonna do a type of girl. I don't know what it was. I wanted to do the old weird fashioned where it was pink and green hair with cat ear headphones, as well as a bunch of bracelets and a bunch of punk stuff, like a shirt and then little spiky things. So I was trying that. I don't really draw realism. I've hardly even do it. I believe I've tried once with a self-portrait of myself. It didn't work because I was using a pencil and I was pressing too hard, and then it just came out like a weird scribbly. Even my family said it was yeah, that's not really good. I'm like, oh, okay. But today I tried, and this is my process. Yeah. It's very hard. Originally as I said, I was gonna do some weird little outcast girl, but then I was like, I'm gonna do one of my old little C's, and this is her. She has red hair. And I had her in a dream where I was dreaming that she controlled this portal. Just a lava portal. Before I had even really gotten into Minecraft, it was just a lava portal, and well, it's not even a portal, it's like a fountain of lava, and it just looked like a portal to me. And I woke up in the middle of a field, and I had to talk to her in order to get out or find a way to get away from wherever I was. And I talked to her. She was with another guy. They seemed 12, 14. They seemed pretty young, and they looked like they were shorter than me. So I was like, hey, do you know where I'm here? And they're like, yeah. So the girl, she looked pretty irritated for some reason. But then when she seen me, she kind of turned around and she was like, follow me. I'm like, okay. And I don't know why. I followed her in my dream, obviously. And then she led me to this giant fountain of lava that was just sitting outside, and I hadn't even seen before. I was 20 feet away before, and I could probably see it, but I just didn't register it. It's probably dream logic. So it just appeared out of nowhere, but it was always there at some point. I don't know. So she then told me to open my hands, like a little palm, if I'm gonna get something. And then she pulled the lever, and she poured lava on my hands, and then I kind of lost my hands for a second, and then they just popped back up, and I was like, what? And then I woke up, and then that was the dream. It was a crazy dream, but it was a fun one. It was just what do you mean? How did this happen? And then that was just fun. I mean, it wasn't for dream me, but for when I woke up, I was like, oh my god, that's a great thing. And she had red hair, she had a dark black sweater, and her buddy had gray and some green hair, and I was like, yeah, you guys are mine now. She had short hair originally, a lot like Amarillo from my other comic that I posted the other day. She's had short hair, but it was sharper at the ends. It's kind of the Karen look, but it was equal on both sides. I don't know how these things are called, so I try to just go with the flow to try to describe things, or I Google it. but then I forget, so I just go with the flow either way. So I was painting her. A lot of different things came up. I got bored really quickly of doing certain parts. Like the eyes, that was my favorite part so far. Especially the left eye. Is it the left eye or is it the right eye? Our left eye, because you're watching it. I assume you don't have it like upside down or like reversed, but like our left eye, my left eye. I liked it better than the one to the right because it was just fun to do it. And then the one to the right was like, oh my goodness, I have to do this? Can I copy paste it? I'm like, no, you can't copy paste it. That's not fair. Although in the end I did end up like resizing it and moving it just a little bit because I was like, that doesn't look right. But then I'm like, it does look right. And then I'm like, I don't know. So that was hard. I did fix it eventually, I think. To me, it looked fixed, so that's that. So I had to switch between different pieces, like the hair. I had to stop and then go back to clothes, and then I had to stop and then go back to the skin because I couldn't handle focusing on one piece for such a long period of time. And it got me irritated. I was like, why am I gonna do the skin? This is very annoying. Like at first it was like, yes, I like blending and everything, and then after a while I was like, this is boring. So I had to move on and come back, move on, come back. It got confusing, but it kept me motivated because I guess I can't handle doing just one thing all the time, repeating the same actions, undoing, redoing. I can't do it. So I have to have a balance between that. Although this was a very fun little project I did myself, it was very hard and I sometimes just want to like scrap it and throw it away. But then that was in the beginning when I was seeing it wasn't coming together how I planned, and I was just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna redo this. But I'm like, no, it's gonna get better, it's gonna get better. And I kept telling myself that it's gonna get better, you just have to keep working. That was one of the things that I had done. So it looks better than before, but like I'm not entirely proud of it, so I'm still gonna probably add a little bit more details, add onto it, make it more my own thing, make it me. Make it look like what I had imagined, but better, hopefully. I don't know. But yeah, I was working on that, and while I was working on that, I thought about a lot of things. One of those things would be probably how artists have such... It's so strange because online artists there's a lot of artists everywhere, in every community, at all times. Even if they're not in like a certain community or fandom, they are there. And it's incredible how many artists there are on the internet. But in real life, it's so hard to find like dedicated or hobbyists, like really like who dedicate their time to getting better and making art for either themselves or other people or maybe even pets. But it's incredible how online it makes it look like there are so many and you can walk into one at random times, which you can. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm saying in real life I had a hard time finding other people who had similar interests, even though my family was very much an artist. Well, at least my close circle of family, my mother, my father, and I don't know, I call them mother and father. They usually let me call them that. It's mom and dad. I can't call them anything else, just mom, dad, there you go. And then my sibling, I was gonna say my pets, and I'm like, wait, do they draw? No, they don't. But they like seeing drawings. One of my dogs, he gets incredibly scared when I show him my drawings because he thinks it's real, and I'm just like, it's not. It doesn't look real, but like I guess he can't tell, so he just runs away. Either that or he's just scared of me. But he always comes near me anyway, so it's like, are you scared of me? What's your plan here? Are you afraid? Are you gonna go over there, or are you like gonna stay here? he doesn't know what to do with his life. I think he's having like a midlife crisis at all times. It's not even a midlife crisis, it's a life crisis. So that's him. My other dog, he just loves attention. He's just like, he got the good looks and everything. He looks cute. He got the good genes, so he gets his attention all the time. But he gets annoying sometimes because he's just like, pet me. Let me kiss you. And I'm like, no, I'm busy. And it's like, please, attention. And I'm like, oh, fine. So I have to give them both attention. And anyway, so as I was saying, artists are as easy to find, for me at least. So when I go on the internet and I see so many artists all the time, it's like really cool, because when I was smaller, I do like look up to my parents. They were great artists. However, recently they've been in a bad place. They've been thinking about stopping art. They haven't really pushed their talent to the fullest. They haven't really done what they could have to enhance their skills and, just be the best artist they could be. And I find it sometimes discouraging, because I'm like, why don't you pursue your painting? And they're like, well, we don't have time for that. And it's kind of sad, but sometimes seeing people online be so happy about what they do and being able to grow as a person and as an artist, growing your skills is incredible. I love seeing other people grow. It's hard for me to think that I was the same artist I was 9 years ago. I know this sounds like very kapasta thing, but like, I do feel like seeing other people grow gives me the inspiration to grow myself. I want to get to the point where I can be at like almost the top. Well, there's never really a top, but there is always going to be a point in like skill and status where you are what everyone really looks up to. And I want to be that person. I want to be that person that creates art for them, for myself, and for everyone else that looks up to me and wants to become better themselves. I want to get to that point so I can then help others, whether it be for like money or just for free. I want to be able to give my knowledge and pass it on to everyone. People older than me, people younger than me. It doesn't really matter. I just want to give my knowledge to those who have a passion and a drive to become better, the best self they can be. And seeing so many people here in Artful, well, on the app on Artful, is so cool. I love to see everyone's art. Sometimes I don't know what to answer or respond. There's so many nice people there. A lot of people often comment on my stuff, and it's just like, thank you, you're so nice, man. And I don't know what to say, so I just give them a little emoticon. I'm like, have my affection. Thank you for taking your time out of your day to comment this. And sometimes I don't, because I'm like, I already gave another person an emoticon. What am I going to give you? What do I do? And then I forget, and it's like, oh no. And then I can't add it later because they're like, it's been a month. And I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I struggle with self-image a lot and impressions. I don't want to make people feel like I hate them when I don't. And I don't want people to feel like I'm ignoring them. It's very hard. But I've met a lot of cool people online. I don't really have like online friends. They're just really good acquaintances that I like to look at their art and get inspiration from. And maybe they see my art and get inspiration from it. I don't know though. Who knows? We don't talk much. I've been wanting to do commissions sometime, but The problem with commissions is